Hello, everybody. This is I'll just say it. This is Alex right here. Um, let's see. I'm just gonna. I was planning to make something like this anyway, but to me, it's just like might as well make it right now while it's it still gets fresh in our minds. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, as um, this is really gonna be hard. Okay, so as some people might have seen on Instagram and pretty much all my social media accounts, I posted something which I was meaning to post for quite a while right now, and it just has to do with some of my thoughts and just things I've been thinking about over the last few weeks. And I'm just here just to kind of explain a little more of those things because, like I said, I was gonna do this anyway, just talking about it. But at this point, it's gonna be an explanation. So yeah, that's the current situation. But pretty much, what I said right there was like for the last few weeks, I've been thinking about this, been wanting to share it and stuff, and I guess I'll just try to begin where this all kind of started. It's like this whole not there's not really a set point where this all started. It's just a whole bunch of things that kind of led up to this, and it kind of honestly caught me by surprise. Just the fact that it got me in this way. But pretty much was, I guess, like just the whole situation why I even made that, that whole, like, I guess you could say letter, or I don't know how you call it, that whole big note word document, me just talking about it. The whole reason why I even made that is because just some things have been happening to me, I guess you could say I say about 2 to 3 weeks by this point, because I think, because like I said in previous videos about the situation between me, some things that happened back to me in 2016. That was like how a stressful period for me, and and then it's just like now I'm still feeling the effects of those times. It's just like I'm still trying to not really get over it, but trying to move past it to the point where I'm like, okay, it happened, become a better person. Which in lots of ways I have. I kind of feel like I have done that, and as I try to put that, I try to show that in my videos as well. Just me talking right here. That's another thing with that. But also stating at the note, I kind of feel at this point life is in free fall mode by that, and by that I mean as in right now, I don't even know where the hell life is. It's honestly, it's just that it goes through a lot of situations again. For one, there's society as a whole. Right now, there's some riots, not riots, something happened in Charlottesville. I don't know. I honestly forgot the name right now. I don't even think I even want to remember right now. I'm just trying to like say this off the top of my head. Just shoot. But then it also has to do with just I don't even want to bring all these different peoples up. I don't even want to bring all these little situations up. But the fact is that it is a part of what's going on here. That was just one example. Another example, I guess you could say, is with the North Korea people. At a time, I was dead honest with you guys. I was they didn't. Oh God, I don't even know how to say it right now. I was honestly kind of afraid. Shoot, what the hell is gonna happen within the next few days? This dude over here is willing to do all this, and people have done crazy stuff over the years, and honestly, I didn't put it past him to just launch a missile and destroy everything. It's like then at that point, be like, hey, one side, you know, like I don't have to worry about all this, but another side's like, there's so much potential in life, and I don't want that to happen. And I was just constantly thinking that. I was like, God damn, and that was another thing that was honestly just, I don't know, just making me really paranoid. And a lot of people might say, don't worry about it. It's not gonna happen. Like I said, it's just a lot of people done crazy stuff, and I didn't really put it past that person to do it. And it's just, yeah, that's something else. God damn it. And then, okay, I don't even want to get on with the freaking president of the United States. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about him, but, he's another thing, just having that over your head. And then, not me just being afraid, oh, my family's gonna, be deported. No, none of that jokes or anything. Honestly, just, just the like situation of the country. You kind of think about that and stuff. And then it also goes with the economy and all that and the politics. Even school, like even said in the note, like a lot of it is really like things seem to be going backwards, and all that really just like. And then I think to myself, when I see all that, I think to myself, it's like, God damn, it's like, this is really what it comes to. And this is going into a whole different situation, which is actually part of the reason why I'm even like this right now. It's just that a lot, like, even though a lot of people do say it to me, and I don't exactly admit it so much, there is a little pressure on me. I do have to say, there's people who kind of depend on me. It goes to my family, some friends here and there. There's people who depend on me in lots of ways, and I know that, even though I don't really like to say it, but it's just like it's a thing. And then when I see this stuff, and I try to do this stuff for people, just to help them, not like me like draining my life force just to like worship them or anything. No, it's just me willing to help them. In some ways, the more bigger nutters, and then when you see this situation with the world, you're like, how can you? It's like, is it gonna even be possible anymore? Like just to, I guess, put a more personal thing, just with my family and stuff. They say like, like, Alex, you're gonna go real far. You're gonna go so many places. You're gonna do so much. And then I see all this stuff right here, literally, like, I guess trying to stop me in a way. And then I think to myself, like, I don't really try to think like worst case scenario, but then I think it's like, what if I don't? People are saying so much stuff about me. They're literally depending on me to just do all this to help them, and I'm willing to help them. But when it gets to a case in point where it won't be even possible for me to even achieve something I want to do, and then I won't be able to help them, then what? It's like I'm gonna be who knows what situation, maybe worse than I am right now, and then and I won't. And then the people right here, they're gonna be who knows what dire situation. Honestly, it's just in that point, just it'll be your hit rock bottom. And then it's just that whole, I don't know, that's that whole thought that always lingers in me. Just like, I try to do my best. I don't try to think the worst. I honestly do, but it's just that thought, like, God damn it. But I guess just to keep on moving on. Okay, I'm reading the note right here. I actually compared this to a freaking cartoon story. That was actually a reference to Steven Universe. That show. And actually, that's one of the shows, or just one of the things that helped me through that. Helped me through all this, which is nice. And then to also go over here, like, also, like, say, like, I'm stuck in a big void or something. Like, by that, I mean, like, this also goes to, like, why I even said, like, just the whole situation of, like, the world and stuff like that. At that point, you really do feel lost, like, on what to do and, like, why even things are even happening and all that. And you're just like, God damn it. You're like, used to me, I'm just thinking, like, all these situations happening around us. Yeah, and a lot of people say, like, oh, you shouldn't pay attention to it, you shouldn't focus on it. And though I would like to, not, I would like to do that, but just the fact is, it does affect me. It does, in a way, like, impact me. And eventually, sooner or not, like, even if I do ignore it now, it's gonna impact me, my family, my friends, everyone I know, eventually. I can't, like, hide it forever, and that's like the reality of it. And even though I try to take care of it now, I try to think about, like, okay, I gotta, like, do this and do that, you know just try to power through it right now. At some points, that really honestly just feels impossible. And not that I'm not willing to do it, it's just like, literally, like I said right there, if it's not me, like, going through it, alright, then hopefully, just like, oh god, okay, let's see, let's just continue moving on. Here says, yeah, I keep on going on that, and then I do say something like, okay, I don't know if anybody noticed this, or even, here I say, what's it called? Well, to say if someone wasn't out there to get me, that would be wrong. Just to put real simple, I don't really want to get into that whole situation. But there might be some people, and some people that, what's it called? Like, I met personally, if I've been in school or just like, randomly in the streets, like, most likely not people there. But I mean, like, there's some people that I met before who at this point probably dislike me and honestly will rather prefer me dead, if anything. And that, I'm just gonna leave it right there. Just some people who prefer that for me, and to say that there isn't anybody out there to get me. Or just some people that I know as well. You know, that's something else. That's something that's also lingering with me. Just like, god damn, I still got this person right here who's freaking like willing to do who knows what, and then I also gotta worry about that. And then, like I said, that goes the situation like, oh, like if all this, like even have to worry about this, it might not matter because I don't know, somebody out there might be out there to kill me or kill everyone, And that's like, and like I said, I don't try to think worst case scenario, but that's something else I really do have to think about. It's just like I said, it's the reality of it. It's what's happening right now. Yeah, and then like here I said, yeah, I try to ignore it and all that, but and that's another thing I do want to point out right now. I I try to keep this persona of me trying to help people, me trying to be positive, which honestly is something I honestly do want to do. I try to keep positive. I really do want to stay happy. That goes for everyone. Everybody wants to stay in a positive, happy attitude, even though like that's not always possible, which is like again the reality of it. But with me, I try to keep this like I guess face of like, oh, I'm willing to help you, all that, like I got nothing to worry about. Don't worry, I got this and all that. Even though, like for the longest time, I've been thinking about this stuff, and I'm gonna get to like the reason why it is like even becoming a big concern as of right now. But for the longest time, like I learned to cope with it. Just me helping people honestly makes me happy. I don't know, just people say you gotta do something that makes you happy. That's what I'm doing, and that also like it, even talking to people that making all these friends over years, it honestly does help, and I'm appreciative of all of them. But even though like for quite a while, even to the people that I even consider my closest friends and all that, even to some of my family members, even my own, even like the closest, I mean this like that to heart, the closest people that I've known, I've kept so many things, and so many things I honestly did want to tell them, and things I honestly probably should have told them. And at this point, it's already, it's probably, you can't change nothing about it. you know, yeah. And even though I try to keep this like, everything's alright now and stuff. When I had the chance to just like speak my mind and stuff, I honestly should have, and I did take a lot of those opportunities. When we were have these like circle time or whatever like that, you talk about your feelings and all that. I do take the opportunity to talk about stuff like that. It's just like at points where it's like not me relatively lying, but just me not telling the whole truth. And honestly, that is probably like one of the biggest things that kind of led up to this. Just me not telling people how I truly felt about things, how I truly felt about them. And honestly, that led to just that's one factor. I see quite a big factor of why I'm even right here. Is just me, like just being. I'm just gonna say, kind of being dishonest to them. Just like I try to be honest with a lot of people. I try to tell the truth. I don't like lying to people. To me, I wouldn't like them to lie to me. If they have something they want to say it. And that's something I try to do. I try to like be honest with them and stuff. And then I'm kind of a hypocrite in that sense because I don't talk about all this stuff right here. And then and even when I'm telling you guys right now, it's really like the tip of the iceberg. I'm not naming any names. There's like I can name so many people. I could talk more into detail what is going on. But for one, I don't really want, since I'm planning to upload this, for the internet stuff, and like I said, like in the Instagram post, like, oh, whatever's on the internet stays on the internet, and the internet is not gonna forget. So that's one thing I do honestly have to keep in mind when I do stuff like this, and that goes for all my past videos and my future ones. Whenever I get real with you guys and just talk about the stuff like this, and just I guess going back to the main point, what I was talking about right now, just me being like not being truthful to a lot of the closest people in my life, and at this point, like, and a lot of people say don't have regrets and stuff, and to me it's okay to have regrets. I do have regrets. I have regrets not telling people how I truly felt, not telling people, like, just saying, hey, you're doing this. It's like, or hey, just telling them when they, like, even when they got dead and real with me, telling me like what they're going through and stuff. They're like, hey, I see you're going with this, like what's going on with that, and then I just hesitate and I don't tell them anything. And honestly, and that part actually is my fault, just not like speaking true to myself, speaking the truth and all that to them. And like I said, at this point, it's pretty much there's nothing really much anybody can do about that. But I'm just gonna try to try to be a little more dead honest with people and stuff like that. And yeah, and then I guess I'll just make that the lead way to what kind of like made this whole situation what it is right now. And the fact is, I see, like I said, it started like 2-3 weeks ago at this point. Before I'm already in like this, and this is like, what's it called? Yeah, this is already Friday. God dang, yeah, Friday, second week of school and all that. Like a week, I see, yeah, around a week before school started, I honestly started like thinking all these things. Like I said, this is one of kind of the whole, like all these like stuff happening with the world and all that. With the North Korea thing, like I said before, all that. I was thinking about it, and I try not to let it bother me too much. But then it really, like, was started when I started thinking these crazy thoughts of just me in the daytime and nighttime, like I said in the post. Mostly when I like dream and stuff, honestly. I start thinking, like I said before about, oh, like, we all might die and stuff like that, and that's, all this might even matter. That's one thought I've been having for the last, like, I try not to think about that, but that's something that's been in my mind. But then also like I said, when I go to sleep, even when I do get sleep, because quite honestly, just, I don't really get that much sleep at all. It's just, my sleeping schedule really consists of me getting like 6-7 hours of sleep. That's not too bad, but ain't great as well. And that like you want to try having 8 hours sleep, but I barely get that at points. At times I even get like 3-4 hours sleeps. So that's something right there. So even when I do take the time to sleep, like, I guess another reason why I don't really sleep that much is just the fact that I think I get the craziest thoughts in my mind whenever I do, like, just close my eyes and just rest. And I don't really want to just like I said, I should get more to detail, but I don't really want to since it does involve different people. But I guess just one of them, I guess before school, they're just like, alright, it was just me dreaming about school for the first time, I guess, in like over a year. It's like, okay, everybody's having fun stuff, everything's alright. But then it gets a little more crazy when a few other people like come in, and then things start getting a little more hectic. I was like, okay, this is getting a little bad, but I try to cope with it. Just like I don't know, this seems like a simulation of real life, honestly. But that's something. And honestly, it gets alright. But then when you get to the third phase, where you see these like people doing these actions, you see them doing all this stuff. not only to myself and then to other people as well. That's when I honestly went to panic mode in my sleep. I just honestly panicked, and then I woke up and I was like, "Oh shoot, what the hell is going on?" And then I think to myself, like, "Oh God." And then I was like, then I even talked to my brother about it, and he was saying like, "Oh dang," and that's honestly, school's alright, and honestly, it became alright once I went to school. I guess that's when all my I guess I don't know what you call them, I don't even know how you call these. I guess the thoughts in your mind, you don't even know they're there, but they're still there. They're yeah, I don't even know what you call them. I just gonna call them your backwards thoughts, or yeah, at this point I don't even know. But you guys know what I mean. The thoughts that you have in your mind, and then when you go to sleep and dream, you just think about them, and then that's something else. And then when I went back to school, everything actually became alright. I got calmed down. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not gonna be that bad. Like nobody's gonna do anything crazy. Everything's gonna be fine. And honestly, I was fine for a good amount of time. But and then, and I'll just explain what happened. It's just like these people, like some people, like one of them happened when I was sitting in this table. We're just talking stuff, and it leads to this conversation about a certain subject. I honestly don't want to talk about what that subject was, but I will say that I was the main focus of it. And they're asking me, "Oh, what do you think of this? Like, what do you think of that? Like, what are you gonna do about this and this?" And honestly, and I was telling them, like I'm just gonna see what I'm gonna do about it. It's just I'm not gonna focus on it too much and all that. And then we kind of ended off there. They're genuinely curious about what I was thinking about it, and even and that wasn't like necessarily lying to them, but uh, like my thoughts was, I'm just gonna focus on that, not focus on it. If I can, I will, but if I don't, oh well. That was pretty much my whole mindset of it, and that's how my actual mindset of it is right now. So that's something I try not to let it but I try not to think about it too much. It's like I got focus on my work and stuff. So I did. Everything was pretty fine over after that. But then you go a little more towards the end of the week. And this was like last week and stuff. And someone asked me a question, which I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know if one of the people who were asking me like in a previous conversation, like to tell this person to ask me or anything. But anyway, this person came up to me, asked me about not exactly about the same subject, but similar to the same subject that from before. I know I'm being very vague right here, but like I said, I don't want to get too much in detail about this right now since it does include a lot of people's names in them, and I don't want to get them involved too much about this because I want to respect them like that, and all that stuff. But anyways, they go up to me, they ask me about it and stuff, and and I tell them the honest truth, it's there, the feeling's there, but it's not too much where I get all crazy about it, or I don't get too stressed out about it. I try to just move on with it, and all that stuff. And after that they're like, okay, and I was like, all right, and then we focus on the work we have to do right there, and that was the end of that. And honestly, I was kind of thinking about it throughout the day, honestly, and I was thinking shoot, what the hell is going on with that situation? But I try not to focus on it too much, so that's something. But then maybe even though I try not to focus on it too much, and I say it's not that big of a deal, maybe my subconscious, there you go, that's the word I was looking for, your subconscious thoughts, there, yeah, that was what I was looking for before. But to continue, I guess my subconscious honestly was dead, not was so in a mess, because the following night that I went to sleep and all that, I had another dream about the similar situation these people were talking about. It has to do with all these different people and stuff. And then when I saw a few certain people in it, and then what they were doing and what happened to them and what someone did to one of them, I saw that and I had another panic attack, I guess you can say. I literally panicked, woke up again. I was like, oh shoot, what did I just see? What did I just what did I even imagine? Like, why am I thinking about this? Why is this even coming up in my thoughts, my dreams? Like, why? And then like I honestly try to think about it, and honestly, and it's been happening for the last few days. And from that point, it's been like hasn't been getting like it's been getting a lot better now. Like ever since the last few days and stuff. I try to get a little more sleep here and there. Like one earlier this week in school. Like dead honest with you guys, only got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Just like me constantly like trying to think about it and all that stuff. Just trying to just trying to like think like what the hell is going on. And then when I do sleep, it comes up again, and I'm like, oh shoot. And yeah, like I said, it's becoming a little more better now. So that's something. But and also, I do want to say this right now. This is not anything against those people who were asking me about the subject issue. They didn't mean no harm. They didn't mean no nothing. They were just genuinely curious about what I thought about it and stuff. And and I guess maybe it's a good thing they asked me about it, because subconsciously, I guess I'm still, coping with all that. Just still trying to like focus on how I'm gonna even like get past it and all. So in a way, yeah, maybe it was good for them to ask me and all that. So yeah, thanks guys, honestly. But yeah, and honestly that's one of the big factors, has been like literally the biggest factor why I even like this right now. Just me thinking about all these thoughts just in the world and that, and then people asking me about like this whole like situation, and then yeah, all of that just leads up to one big pile of mess. And now I'm here just talking, thinking, I don't even know what anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much like the whole, like, well, there's like of course still a few more things here and there, but I guess just the main focus as of right now, especially within the last few weeks, that's pretty much what's been going on. But yeah, that's well, I'm just looking around right now because honestly, well, I guess where I'm recording this is inside of a car, on like of all places. Yeah, it's actually 6 in the morning right now. I've been recording this for about 30 minutes. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what the hell am I doing, but okay. I guess just to finish this off, just like I don't know how I'm gonna finish this off. Just like cool, just I don't know, just like I said, all these things. I'm still like, even with me talking about this, I do have to say, just me posting that, me even talking about this right now, I'm feeling a lot better, guys. Like honestly, just me talking, even to like a freaking tablet right now. But just knowing that I'm just gonna upload it to the internet, I don't know who's gonna see this. Just the fact that like it's there, it honestly makes me feel better. It's not gonna fix the problem. It's not gonna like completely like make me like, oh, like I'm not worrying about it no more. No, it's still there. It's still gonna be something I have to deal with. But this just I guess it's just part of the process. Just me trying to get through this and stuff. And yeah, that's just the whole thing about that. And another thing I did say right there about like a whole like the reason why I'm even going through all this, why I keep on going stuff. And I don't really think it's like really one definitive answer, to be quite honest with you. It's just a whole multitude of things. It has to do just like with the friends and family and all that stuff. And just like, yes, all these people who like depend on me and stuff, even though they're there, to me, it's like, it's not me trying to be cheesy and all. That's still a reason for me to keep on going. It's just like, these people are there. There's people who genuinely care about me and stuff. And then like they're always gonna be there. And then as long as there's people out there, I still have a reason to just go on, even if that's not the case. And this is just something about me, and it's not me like boasting or anything. It's just dead honest with you. A lot of people do say this about me, I guess, here and there, is that I don't really just like, I'm stubborn at points, and that honestly has worked against me, yes, but sometimes I get so stubborn to the point where I don't like just I refuse to give up. I just refuse to just like let up with something. I refuse to just like give in. And honestly, that's another driving force. Just me saying, if I give up now, then what was the point of me starting? And and yeah, so I guess that's another thing within me that just keeps me going. It's just like, you know, hey, why give up right now? Even though things are really bad, they weren't always bad, and they probably most likely won't always will be bad. Even though it just gets all, oh shoot, you can see some of the stuff. I'm looking at the screen. That's my water bottle and all that. Huh. Well then, yeah, the sun's coming out even though it's all cloudy. But yeah, that's just the whole situation. And I guess just at this point, I gotta get ready for school. Oh god, that's gonna be something else. But yeah, just to, I guess just for me, just to finish this. Thank you guys for really honestly like listening to this. Just like, like I said, I don't know who's gonna listen to this. I don't know who's gonna see it. If like anybody even's gonna understand slash care, but like I said, if you put your time into this, you put your time to even like listen to what I have to say or read or just whatever. Like honestly, I honestly do deeply appreciate it because that's something that a lot of people don't really get to feel. And that honestly, at one point, I didn't even feel people really did that for me. And just the fact that people are willing to do that, I don't know, it used to amazes me. Just that fact, and I don't know. Just like I said, thank you, because like all these people say, no one should go through this alone. And even though, like, just a quote from Steven Universe and stuff, somebody was like, "Hey, even though there's people like around you, you still feel lonely and stuff like that." But you know, I'm just really glad to have these people in my life. I'm really glad to have whoever's like watching this. I'm really glad to have you listen. And even though it's like not gonna be fixed and all that, hey, it's just something when life is just what it comes with. And yeah, that's just the whole. That's just the whole plain thing of it. And god damn it. Okay, yeah, that's something. And of course, I'm still gonna try to help people and stuff. That's what I've been doing for the longest time. Trying not to let this bother me too much, where I won't be able to do that to that point. But you just gotta keep on going with life. That's what I'm gonna keep on trying to do. And I don't know exactly what's gonna necessarily fix this, if anything can fix it. But we'll just see what happens. And like I said, thank you very much. I like honestly thank you for listening. I don't know how many times I said that, but honestly, it just really does. I don't know. It's like one of the few things that puts a smile to my face. God damn it. But then again, I try to enjoy myself too much. So I guess there's a plenty full of things that does that to my face. Gives me a smile. You know. But yeah. I guess at this point I should just get ready to go to school right now. It's gonna be like 6:05, So yeah. I don't know how to end this off. Shoot, how to end this off? Let's end this off in I guess a little more bittersweet note to just start off the day and stuff. I have a green tea right here. I guess you can't really see it. Yeah, I have a green tea right here. And green tea is actually really good. Green tea is my favorite drink. And then again, I also like Thai tea as well. Thai tea is honestly really good too, especially with bobas. Like, honestly, guys, if you haven't tried Thai tea or green tea, you need to. But yeah, I guess that's enough on a better note. Green tea is honestly really good. It's my favorite drink, and I'm glad I'm drinking it right now. But yeah, that's just a silly note, just to end it off, even though probably not the best thing to do. Just leave it off with you guys. Thank you for listening, and take care of yourselves.